Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm just going to be slip potting these Japanese black pine seedlings into bigger pots because we're only in 9cm ones at the minute. Also be removing the old needles and maybe the 1mm wire and just putting a little bit shape into the seedlings. I'll have to be careful on the bottom of some of them because we've got some back budding going on in there. So what I'll do is I'll set the camera up over here. I'll do a couple, then I'll speed it up, get the rest done. Then we'll come back and start having some wire on. So all I'm going to do is add some soil into there and just slip pot the seedlings into it. These maybe 2-year-old, these seedlings. I think they'll be 2. Basically just straight out the pot, not touching nothing on them. Don't want to disturb the roots. Slip into the pot and just add the soil back round. Packing it down, get all the air out. Bought about 25 of these. Can't remember where from, like, but I had about 25. I'll give a few away and I kept a few. I was watching Scott from Let's Do Bonsai this morning and he was on about twigs in pots. Everybody's got twigs in pots. There's nothing the matter with twigs in pots. I've even still got a load of twigs in pots. So don't be offended if you have twigs and pots and people call them twigs and pots. It's whatever you prefer and what you like using and playing with. These won't always be twigs and pots, there might be little marmy or showing trees, but they will grow as a woodlouse. So if you have twigs and pots, there's nothing wrong with that. Rant over, let's get back to what we were doing. So basically, that's all I'll be doing, slip potting them in like that. I'll get the rest done, then we'll come back and we'll start adding some wire and just adding a bit of shape into the saplings. Last couple now. As you can see, they're just in peat moss. So by putting them into here, this will be in a good drainage mix. This soil I'm using is just my old soil, what I've just sieved and reused. Don't like throwing it away. It should be okay for bits of crap like this, you know what I mean. I'm a tight English bloke, so I reuse everything. That's just the moss on the top. Okay, last one. This one's thriving a bit. You see it's got a natural bend, plus we've got some back budding at the bottom. I'll see with that one. Might not get no wire, but the roots is growing out okay on them. It's just the pot's is tiny, so it's going to restrict the growth. I'm going to take the top bit of moss off. As you can see, I'm not touching the roots, I'm just cleaning the top off to expose the trunk. I will just sit him in the middle and just fill him in. Gently press it down, not to damage the new roots. And that's it, folks. All slip potted. As you can see, I ran out of big pots, so I just had to put them in them, but them's a lot bigger than them, so it'll get some more growth this year. So what I'll do now is I'll get all this cleaned up. I'll get these outside, give them a drink of water. Then we'll come back and start adding a bit wire on. Like I say, it's not going to be much. It's just a little bit to put a bit of shape into the trees so they can sit there as they're grown. And hopefully in a few years we can make something out of them if they live. But I shouldn't say why not. I'll just give them a drink of water now. As you can see, the water's draining away a lot better than what it was in the peat moss. They'll be a lot happier in this compost. So what I'm going to do now is I've got some, I think it's a 1.5 milli wire, which should be substantial enough to hold these. I'm just going to cut a few bits, which is taller than the pot in the tree, so I can dig it in and enough to wrap round. Absolutely melting the deer. I'm sweating like a fat bloke in Greg's. As you can see on this one, where the bark is on there, this was under the soil, so it hasn't got old bark on yet, but that should come. I'm going to remove all the old needles, just up to the top there. I'll do this one like this, then I'll bring the camera in and just zoom in on what I'm doing. I'll take that right into the soil, just like that, and when I wrap it around the tree, I'm going to move my hands up with the wire. It's not so we don't stress the tree and snap it, that's all. with them being young saplings. Looks something like that. And all we want is just basically some movement in. As I'm bending, I'm twisting. It looks something like that, just a little bit S-shape, and as it thickens and grows, it will look okay. So that's one down. I'll do another one from this angle. So as I'm going up, I'm just putting the old needles. Being careful to see if there's any buds, because some of them's got little buds on. But these just look like needles, these. When I'm plucking the needles, I'm pulling in the direction as they're growing. Just like that, instead of pulling down, because you'll tear the trunk. In the ground and follow up with your hands. And off. I think we'll just do a little less shape on this one. I'll just put a little less shape on that one. So that's it from this angle. I'll bring the camera in, zoom in onto this bit where I'm working. We'll get the rest done. Maybe just speed it up and put some music on. So there's 20 there done. I've tried to create different shapes, but some of them turn out the same. Well, that's it for this video. Just on slip potting the Japanese black pine seedlings and adding a little bit shape into the trunks so they can grow. A few of them's got buds on the bottom. Some of them haven't, most of them haven't. So what I'll do now is I'll just get them on the bench and lay them outside now on the bench because they've always been in the greenhouse. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-da, folks!